This is J.P. Vesna reading aloud from my debuting novel, The Nameless Woman, which is the first novella in a series called The Mancipitas Archives. I will be posting a new chapter bi-weekly until the complete novella is posted here on YouTube as a free audiobook. If you'd like to receive regular updates, be sure to hit that subscribe button and follow me on Instagram at The Mancipitas Archives, or check out my website at mancipitasarchives.com. And with that, I present to you The Nameless Woman. Prologue. Winter, year 2054 of the tyrannical age. The light of 1,000 lanterns smothered the stars. Fire-stained smoke, gold and orange, swelled into the dark skirts of the night. The fair May festival promised the coming return of the sun to the north, one of the few holidays celebrated in the Kingdom of Tyrants. The night would be never longer than this one. The celebration was especially rough and hardy this year. The king had been dead just nigh of 3 months, and the inner city had been cordoned off from the lower levels while the soldiers and investigators made their sport among the common folk. Now the king-killer's fresh corpse hung on the wall by the gate, the winter wind swaying them in a gruesome dance of their own. 4 men, one far too old and one far too young to have accomplished the impossible task. Yet it was their deaths that opened the gates. And so, night staggered across the city streets, through town squares and courtyards with drunken curses, laughter, and songs. Perhaps, some dared to hope, as every generation was folly to, the next tyrant would be more bearable than the last. A child ran a chaotic path through the solstice festival, winding past food carts and hurtling through stone plazas packed with fur-clad dancers and pounding leather boots. Small and blond, the boy's dark eyes darted anxiously as he wove his way through the crowd. Finally, he spotted the blue torch lighting the florist's booth across from Blue Man's Tavern. A small Moellan woman with auburn hair and brown skin offered a bouquet of white chrysanthemums and foxglove to a man in an expensive red velvet robe. "Thanks, darling," he slurred down at her. The boy shrunk back into the shadow of the tavern as the man tottered past him, clutching white death flowers wrapped in brown paper in his left hand, a half-empty amber bottle in the other. A pair of women passed by the boy, took one look at the Moellan vendor, and quickened their pace. No woman was dumb enough to buy bad luck flowers. They knew better. And no milk-skinned northerner would buy anything from a Moellan vendor this far north. When the streets cleared, the boy darted over to the cart and glanced again at the blue torch mounted on the booth's post. He wondered what made the flame turn blue, but knew better than to ask. "Hello, little one." The woman had a light accent. "What can I do for you? Do you want flowers for your Uma?" The boy took a deep breath, eyes darting up to hers. He glanced away sharply. They were the wrong color. The Moellan eyes he knew were usually brown or black, sometimes green or yellow, but this woman's eyes glinted silver in the moonlight, almost white. "Yes," he swallowed heavily, glancing up at the blue flame again. Green tinged the sharp edges of the flame. My mother wants 13 white carnations, 4 foxgloves, and 66 chrysanthemums," he stuttered. "Chrysanthemums." The woman smiled coldly at his stumble. "Does your mother know it's bad luck to have these at a wedding?" The boy forced his eyes to meet the steel-colored eyes of the woman. They were entirely empty. A shiver ran down his spine. "They will be lucky at her wedding," he replied dutifully. The woman offered the boy a silver coin and a white lily. "Tell your mother I wish her luck." The boy handed her the message, tied with a white ribbon, and let out a sigh, sliding the cold coin into the ankle of his boot. With another wary glance at the unnaturally blue torch, he darted away, avoiding meeting the dead eyes of the Moellan again. The woman watched the boy disappear into the smoke of the festival, thrumming with the sound of fiddles and pounding drums. Unraveling the message, she first read the cipher scrawling the location of her last payment for the most recent job. Next, holding the parchment to the blue flame of her torch, the name of her next mark appeared etched in invisible ink. She pursed her lips. Normally, the woman didn't hunt prophets, but she only had to play Reaper one last time. With her debt nearly paid and enough saved away, she could disappear forever. No easy task for a creature with the caliber of enemies she'd acquired over the years. Just one more job, and she might wash her hands of blood for the last time. Abelard Finrarson would be the last of many sacrifices to the elusive god called freedom. Reaching over and grabbing the blue flame's torch, she tossed it in the water bucket. A hiss of silver steam fumed across muddy cobblestones before a thick cloud once again swallowed the moon. She left the booth and the body behind it. Slipping a fur cloak over her shoulders, she wove through the crowd, silent as the dead.